here today to make some cinnamon buns using the Delicious Without bread mix. It's really easy and I want to show you so that you guys can do this at home. I'm going to prepare a pan to start. I just put a parchment piece of paper the size of my pan. I'm using a 9 by 13. And if you put a little bit of water inside the pan, it will be very easy to just put your paper inside and the paper will actually stick right to the pan. So that's a cute little trick. And we're going to now prepare what's called the goo. So on the bottom of a cinnamon bun, sometimes we call it a sticky bun, it's because we want to have it sticky on the bottom. And with that, we put some margarine or butter along with some brown sugar and a little bit of all-purpose flour. Of course, the all-purpose flour is with gluten-free, obviously. And I just sort of put it on the bottom of the pan. It's very gooey, like so. And I'm going to put it on the side. Next, we are going to do the dough. Okay, so what you're gonna need is a bowl, preferably with a mixer. I mean, you can do this by hand, but it's super easy when you have a mixer. We put in a 3/4 cups of warm water. You want to activate the yeast. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. It could be actually any sugar. It's just to help make it rise. And I have 2 packages of instant yeast, so I'm going to put that in. Now, normally you can wait a little while to see if your yeast is fresh, and if you leave it on the bottom, it will just sort of bubble a little bit, and you'll know that it's activated. I've just bought it, and I'm very certain because I've already used it before, so I am just going to continue on. No need for me to check. So I'm going to add to this my package of mix, my bread mix, and I'm going to add 1 egg. You can use an egg substitute if you like. The egg makes it very soft, actually. And it's either butter or margarine that is softened. You don't want to melt it, you just want it room temperature so that it will blend properly. So everything goes into the mixer. Let me just bring the mixer over. There we go. And I'm gonna just pulse a little bit at the beginning because it's gonna fly. I don't have a cover. There we go. And as soon as the dough gathers, it should clump together and make a nice soft dough. So I'm going to continue to do this, put it on a little bit higher speed until it's very well mixed so I can show you what the dough looks like. In the meantime, I put the oven on with a pan of water inside so that it has a little bit of steam. I need to sort of make a makeshift proofer, which means the dough has to rise in a nice warm place. In the summertime, I like to use the outdoors, especially on a beautiful day. But now we're using the oven and making a makeshift oven proofer by putting the oven on and then turning it off. I put it on to 350. I didn't let it get that hot. And then I turned it off and I put some water on the bottom. So it'll be nice and moist inside. And when I'm ready, I will put the cinnamon buns inside the oven that way. So it rises. And that's it. The dough is already done. I'm just going to gather it with a spatula. And I want to show you what it looks like. And take it off here. And I'm going to put it out here together. And it's in one clump. Let me just put this there. And I'm going to just I'm gonna knead it actually. I'm gonna take a little bit of all-purpose flour. This is my gluten-free all-purpose flour. Put it on top of my board here. And I'm just gonna knead it a little bit. Now it's really nice and soft and will be easy to roll out. So what you wanna do is, I'm using a mat right now because it has dimensions on it, but I also have a ruler. So I took a ruler, I have just a plain ruler, actually it's my baking ruler because it's clean on both sides. And I'm using that part is the 12 inches that I want it to be. So I'm making a little roll this way. And again, I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on the bottom and make sure that it doesn't stick. And then I'm going to roll out probably till about 16 inches long. And that should just take a few minutes. Put some flour on the top and then just roll it out. And just get rid of this and move it back. There we go. It's very pliable, so you can do a lot with this dough. And if it gets a little sticky, don't be afraid. You can always put a little bit of flour on top. Okay, I wanna make sure that I can lift it. Perfect. And then I'm gonna continue to roll out. Okay. The reason why I want it to be 12 inches is because I'm going to cut it into 6 pieces so that we can actually fill our pan with 6 large cinnamon buns. Excuse me as my hair is in the way, and I'm going to continue like that. Perfect. So now what we're going to need is some melted butter or margarine. It shouldn't actually be that melted. It should actually be like a paste, like you see here. You want it to be solid, but soft enough that it actually will spread. Otherwise, if it's melted, you won't be able to get a thick enough paste. The measurements are all up on the website with the recipe. So don't worry about that. And once all of this margarine or butter is on, I just want to get a little bit more, then we can put in the cinnamon and sugar filling, again, also on the recipe. Basically, it's a tablespoon of cinnamon, and you should use a very good cinnamon, by the way, because it has a great flavor, along with a very full cup of brown sugar. Now I use the dark one. As you can see here, it's quite dark. It looks amazing, has a great flavor, but it also shows up very strong with my cinnamon. So you can see beautiful layers of color, meaning the contrast between the color of the dough and the color of the filling. So I have with me a pizza cutter. I'm going to cut this in half, which is 6 inches on both sides because it's 12 inches. And then I am going to use my ruler and do 2 inches this way and another 2 inches this way, 2 inches, 6, 4, and 2 this way. And this way I can actually just cut these pieces like so that I can roll them and put them in my pan. So I'm just going to show you how we roll. It's very, very simple. But you see like this, you see how the contrast is? The dough is very soft and nice. I'm going to put it into my pan, 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. And that way as it grows in the oven, we'll be able to, it'll spread out and then be, it'll fill up the space better. So let me just get that done and I'll put the camera back on once we're ready to go. All I'm gonna do now is finish rolling up, put a little bit of water with my spray and get them ready for the proofing. Oh, it didn't take that long. So I'm actually not gonna, just gonna take the rest of the bits and stick them on the bottom. I don't want to waste any sugar. And we're going to spray like so, make sure they're nice and moist, and in the oven they go. So my cinnamon buns have grown and I'm just going to put them in the oven. And it's been about 30 minutes or so. You can see on the bottom there's a little pan with some water, and we'll see what they look like when they come out. So I left a recipe for some cream cheese frosting, which is what I've put on over here. And if you don't like that, you can either leave them whole like this and put them in the freezer and take them out whenever you want and frost them whenever you want. Or you can also just use a regular frosting without the cream cheese, just margarine and icing sugar. Enjoy!